Before we plug in the AI tools into your workflow, let's first break down the typical program lifecycle into five critical stages. So, the first stage is the planning stage, where you have to define the goals, the timelines, resources, stakeholders, etc. The second stage is the stakeholder management, where you need to align teams, build engagement, manage relationships, and many other codependencies of the program. The third is the risk management, where you need to predict, track, and mitigate threats. The fourth stage is the monitoring and reporting stage, where you have to track the progress, measure KPIs, and share the updates to your stakeholders. And lastly is the continuous improvement, where you have to learn from the outcomes and iterate fast. In traditional programs, these stages were managed manually. You'll heavily have to rely on endless meetings, statistics, spreadsheets, gut feeling decisions. But today, AI can power each stage, freeing you to lead smarter and drive bigger impact. So how can AI enhance each stage of the program? So first one, in the planning stage, AI tools can generate roadmaps, timelines, risk models. For example, use Notion AI or Trello AI or whichever tools you are about to use to auto-suggest project plans based on goals you input. The second stage, stakeholder management. AI sentiment analysis can track stakeholders' engagement. So, for example, chatbots and AI CRM like HubSpot AI can automate check ins and meeting schedules. The third phase, for risk management, predictive analytics tools like Monkey-Learn or Azul ML can identify red flags early based on historical and real-time data. So, for example, AI scenario planning helps model different potential futures easily. For the fourth phase, which is the monitoring and reporting, AI dashboards like Clipfolio, Google Data Studio with AI connectors automate reports based on live data. AI driven survey analysis like Typeform AI highlights team mood trends. For the fifth stage, which is continuous improvement, machine learning models identify patterns of success or failure, and feedback loop tools like natural language processing or NLP summarizes hundreds of survey responses instantly. AI doesn't replace your leadership, it amplifies it. It frees you from busy work so you can focus on the vision work. Remember, AI will suggest and you will decide. AI will automate and you will lead. As a pro tip, treat AI as your co pilot, not your replacement. The plane still needs a pilot, and that pilot is you. Right now, I want you to sketch your program on one page. So first, write down your main program goal at the top. And second, list the five stages underneath. Under each stage, write, how could AI support this? You've got the strategic mindset. You now understand the new leadership superpowers. You know the real stages of program success. In the next lessons, we'll go deeper. We'll plug in real tools. We'll walk through the real workflows and we'll build your real AI augmented leadership system. Let's unlock your next level together. See you there. Welcome to the second lesson of Module 3. Now that you have your high-level program map, it's time to dive into the first stage of the execution, planning smarter with AI. Because here's the truth. Planning isn't just about creating beautiful Gantt charts anymore. It's about building living, adaptive, intelligent roadmaps powered by AI. In traditional program management, planning was static, updates were manual, and risk identification was delayed until problems emerged. In AI augmented program leadership, plans are dynamic and data driven. Risks are predicted, not just recorded. AI suggests faster alternatives before humans even realize bottlenecks are forming. And as a pro tip, plans are no longer written in stone. They're living systems, and AI is your gardener, constantly nurturing and pruning them. Here are three powerful ways AI can enhance your planning. So the first one is AI generated roadmaps. Tools like Notion AI, ClickUp AI, Trello AI, and the likes can take your goals and auto suggest tasks, timelines, and resource estimates. AI can suggest dependencies you might miss manually. The second is intelligent risk mapping. AI models like Monkey Learn or custom chat GPT risk templates can predict potential risks based on historical project types, sectors, and known issues. Machine learning tools scan documents, past reports, and even meeting transcripts to spot early warning signs. The third is dynamic timeline generation. Smart AI planning tools can adjust timelines automatically when risks materials or when milestones shift. So there's no more project panic when one task is delayed, and AI can recalibrate your Gantt chart in real time. So you can use tools to explore like Smartsheet AI, Monday.com with AI timeline forecasting, Airtable AI extensions. When you plan with AI augmentation, you plan for agility, not just perfection. Let's quickly visualize how this could work. So, as an example scenario, for a goal, let's say we could launch a four-city innovation hackathon series. So, as a first step, prompt Notion AI to create a 4-month plan for a hackathon series across London, Manchester, Birmingham, and Edinburgh, including venue booking, speaker outreach, marketing, and event delivery. Step two is to review AI suggested tasks, adjust based on the human judgment. The third step is to layer in a risk analysis using a predictive tool or a template. As a pro tip, AI gives you the first draft faster, but your leadership polishes the strategy. Now it's your turn. Write down one program goal that you're working toward. Use a tool like Notion AI or ClickUp AI to auto suggest a roadmap and to evaluate what tasks did AI suggest that surprised you. What risks would you add based on human expertise? Every visionary program starts with smart dynamic planning. AI gives you the speed, your leadership gives it the soul. In our next lesson, we'll unlock how to manage stakeholders and elevate stakeholder engagement using AI insights and emotional intelligence combined. See you there. We've planned smarter with AI. Now, let's tackle one of the most important and often trickiest part of any program: stakeholder management. Because here's the secret: no matter how brilliant your roadmap is, if your stakeholders aren't aligned, engaged, and empowered, your program won't succeed. So, why managing stakeholders has changed forever? Traditionally, stakeholder management looked like endless check in meetings, manual email updates, and guessing who's happy and who's frustrated. But today, AI gives us insightful, proactive, predictive stakeholders management. Pro tip: think of AI not as replacing human relationships, but as a revealing hidden patterns that makes those relationships stronger. So here are three ways AI transforms stakeholders management. First, you can predict stakeholder sentiment and engagement. AI sentiment analysis tools like MonkeyLearn, HubSpot AI, and Chorus.ai can scan emails, Slack conversations, feedback forms, or surveys and detect early warning signs of disengagement. Before a stakeholder even says that they're frustrated, the system picks up shifts in tone, delayed patterns, or reduced response rates. So, for example, your project sponsor's recent email tone has dropped 12% in positivity. Flag for a personal call. Second, automate stakeholder updates smartly. AI powered CRM tools like HubSpot AI, Zoho CRM AI, or Salesforce Einstein automatically personalizes updates, recommend optimal timings to send updates, and it can automatically track opens and engagement with communications. It can save hours while maintaining meaningful touch points. And number three, build stronger relationships using data driven personalization. AI tools like Crystal Knows, or it's a psychometric AI, suggest communication styles based on stakeholder personalities. The recommendation engines like Zapier and AI triggers can remind you of stakeholder milestones like birthdays, promotions, contract renewal, etc., making your engagement feel more personal without being overwhelming. In the era of AI, meaningful relationships are still human, but they're powered by smarter systems behind the scenes. So, an example, when I was leading the FactSet Developer Days events delivery, we tracked engagement through event platforms linked to AI dashboards, mainly within the Hopin system. We use Sentiment AI to understand real time attendee feedback, and our CRM auto personalized post event follow ups based on session attendee patterns. And as a result, we've got 80% NPS or Net Promoter Score across the developer community, and we had higher speaker satisfaction, and we definitely had stronger partnerships for future events. As a pro tip, don't just collect data, connect the dots to personalize your stakeholder journey. So how does this make sense to you? You can have a quick activity. You can pick one key stakeholder group for your program and ask yourself these questions. How could you use AI to predict their sentiment early? How could you automate but personalize your updates? How could you use AI to understand their personality, needs, or journey for the better? The future of stakeholder management is proactive, predictive, and profoundly personal. AI is the engine, you are the heart. In our next lesson, we'll explore how to use AI to manage risks predictably so you stay ahead, not just react after problems hit. See you there. Welcome to the fourth lesson of Module 3. Now that you've seen how AI transforms stakeholders' engagement, it's time to talk about something every program leader needs to master: risk management, powered by AI. Because leading in the AI era isn't just about moving faster, it's about seeing around the corners before risks hit you. Traditionally, risk management was reactive. Sometimes you identify risks manually, update risk registers every few weeks, and react after issues appeared. But with AI powered leadership, risks are predicted using historical patterns and real time data. Early signals are flagged before they escalate, and you shift from firefighting to fire prevention. As a pro tip, good leaders solve problems, but great leaders prevent problems. So here are three AI superpowers for risk management. First, predictive risk modeling. Machine learning models like Azure ML, Monkey-Learn, or Salesforce Risk Intelligence analyze past program data, timelines, and stakeholder patterns to predict high-risk areas early. For example, systems predict a 40% chance of regulatory delays based on past 18 similar projects. Second, real-time early warning systems. AI tools monitor live project metrics and issue early warnings. Timeline deviations, resource overuse, delayed approvals flagged instantly. So, for example, there are tools like Wrinkle Risk Predict, Monday.com AI project trackers, and Airtable predictive apps. Third, automated risk prioritization. AI categorizes risks not just by the likelihood, but also by impact severity. It's helping you to allocate leadership attention smartly. So, for example, low probability versus high impact risk. You can probably apply it on supplier cyber attack. High probability, low impact risk, like minor vendor delays. AI doesn't remove uncertainty, but it gives you power over uncertainty. As an example, when I managed a large scale online launch before, like the developer advocacy, social media platforms of Access, or other digital learning platforms, I used to do AI models to monitor social media for sentiment changes, to track the internal project data for slippage patterns, and to auto prioritize cross team risks. As a pro tip, the earlier you detect a risk, the cheaper, easier, and less reputation damaging it is to fix. Now it's your move. Choose one major deliverable or phase in your program and list three potential risks and identify which AI tool or simple AI prompt you could use to detect or track each risk. Leading risk smart programs isn't about avoiding risk at all. It's about predicting early, acting fast, and protecting your outcomes. In our next lesson, we'll tackle how to use AI to supercharge your monitoring, reporting, and continuous improvement. So you cannot just manage risk, but also scale your impact. See you there. Welcome to the fifth lesson of the third module. So, you've planned smarter, you've engaged with the stakeholders, you've proactively managed risks. Now, let's close the loop. Monitoring, reporting, and continuous improvement powered by AI. Because in today's world, what you measure and learn defines how fast you grow. So, why monitoring and continuous improvement matter more than ever? In traditional program management, monitoring was lagging. Monthly status meetings are static PDFs. Reporting was a chore and often backwards looking. And improvement was a bit reactive, fixing mistakes only after projects has ended. Today, with AI, monitoring is real-time and visual, reporting is automated and predictive, and improvement is continuous and embedded in every sprint. As a pro tip, don't just report progress. Lead through living metrics that adapt and drive transformation. So here are three ways how AI elevates monitoring and reporting. First, real-time dashboarding. AI-powered dashboards like Google Data Studio AI connectors, Tableau polls, or Clipfolio pull live data from projects, events, and teams. For instant visibility, you can see the KPIs, timelines, stakeholder engagement scores. So, for example, you can view the project completion rates, sentiment scores, and risk flags live, not 3 weeks later. Second, predictive progress reporting. Tools like Smartsheet AI, Asana AI, and Write Predict analyze tasks patterns to predict likely delays, budget overruns, or engagement drops before they happen. So, an example based on current trajectory, milestone X has a 70% chance of missing deadlines. So, there can be a trigger alert and propose a recovery plan. Third, continuous feedback analysis. Natural language processing tools like Monkey-Learn, Typeform AI analysis summarize survey results, feedback comments, and team discussions into actionable insights. So, for example, top three recurring themes from stakeholder surveys surfaced in 3 minutes, not days. Imagine not waiting for postmortems anymore, but instead living inside a system that learns and improves with you every single day. When running global digital learning programs, we used real time AI dashboards to monitor signups, course completions, and feedback or NPS scores. Weekly reports flagged emerging trends such as engagement dips, cultural content gaps, and technical issues. And predictive analytics forecasted where additional support resources were needed. So, as a result, we have adapted content faster, boosted course completion rates by certain percentage, and there's a reduced support tickets by 30% in 3 months. And as a pro tip, continuous improvement isn't a luxury, it's your competitive advantage. Let's build your next leadership advantage. Choose one major program goal and map out what you want to monitor weekly, what AI tool or dashboard you could use, and one feedback loop you could automate. Data isn't just about accountability, it's about empowerment. As a future ready leader, you don't wait for problems to surface. You evolve your programs in real time, powered by insights. In the next module, we'll talk about future proofing you as a leader and how to build your AI augmented leadership brand for years to come. Let's keep unlocking your potential. See you there. Congratulations, you've just completed one of the most important modules in this course, leveraging AI across every stage of the program execution. Let's take a moment to celebrate how far you've come. In the past few lessons, you've learned how to plan smarter with AI generated roadmaps, risk maps, and dynamic timelines. You've learned to engage and build deeper stakeholder relationships powered by predictive insights. Proactively manage risks. You have learned predicting and preventing before they become roadblocks. And lastly, you have monitored your programs in real time, turning data into action and continuous growth. These aren't just tools, they're leadership multipliers. You're now leading differently. You're not stuck in reactive cycles. You're designing, predicting, adapting, and scaling impact, all while staying human centered and future focused. And that is very rare. You're officially part of the next generation of AI augmented outcome driven program leaders. Pro tip: most people will still be updating Excel sheets manually when you've already forecasting program success 6 months ahead. In our next module, we'll zoom out and focus on you as a future ready leader. How to build your personal AI augmented leadership brand, stay ahead of AI disruptions, design your career, your programs, and your teams for sustainable success. Because learning AI tools is one thing, but becoming an AI powered visionary leader is another. You've already proven that you're willing to learn differently, lead differently, and shape the future. And trust me, the world needs leaders like you more than ever. I'll see you in Module 4. We don't just adapt to the future, we will build it.